podcast you cheer for. Sneaker business talk. It's the Soul Material Podcast.
All right, greetings, friends. It's your pals, T-Mark the Street Shark.
And the OGEO, peace to you.
All right, we're here for another sneaker business talk episode from the podcast to cheer for, Soul Material. Giving you we've given you plenty of clarity over popularity, but this time it's we want to end our season 3 with our staple episode, the art of acquisition. So we just want to we did it earlier in the season, so since then and up until now, summertime 2023, where are we at? Art of acquisition. Couple we're just gonna share some tips on some deals, whether online or in store, and then share a couple stories on a couple of things that we picked up and feel was a good steal. So we just had to make sure we practice our art of finding those deals and then being patient and ultimately acquiring them. So OG, kick us off with the good word for the art of acquisition sermon for today.
Understood. Well, the thing is, I haven't been in church for quite a while, not only just being lackadaisical and lazy, but just services out here just wasn't what they used to be. But I went on and said I'll go ahead and get up on one morning and just see what's going on out in these streets. And the first item I would like to mention, or items I should say, is that for some reason, I don't know why, but Foot Locker had I'll call it just a barnyard, just total, just burn off sale on a lot of old stock. So you had LeBrons that were originally like $180 for $59.99. I ended up getting a couple pair of Prestos. Particularly, there was a pair I wanted that were like black, red, blue, like a whole bunch of colors in them for $29.99. And out of nowhere, I was like, where is the sale coming from? And I was waiting for it. I said, shall I wait for another markdown? Or is this one of the moments to where you got to strike? And again, coming from the Shark, sometimes you got to know when it's time to strike, it's time to strike. And particularly when they had my size and every shoe that I inquired about, I walked out with 4 pair of shoes and $160, man. So, and this was fairly recent. And I was saying to myself, what is going on right now? Because if I was into Giannis's shoes or a few other models, I would have came out, with a whole lot more. But again, I'm way past that era of just buying because it's cheap. I think we've all been there to where it got to the point, Shark, that back in the day, I had so much stuff because I was just getting it on discount. I'm really going to wear this and enjoy it. So that's where I think my maturity in the game, me getting old, has kind of helped that cause to where I'm not just buying something because it's just cheap, but I'm looking forward to throwing on those Prestos and definitely the LeBrons. And the LeBrons weren't really on my radar, but for that price, and I'm saying that's the colorway that I actually liked, I'm like, why not, man? But yeah, those going into a Foot Locker and seeing those, and then me calling around to see what other stores may have some deals on some Pumas and something else. But it was red tags everywhere, Shark, and it was just incredible that it wasn't just $5 or $10 or $15 off. We're talking about $40, $50 off. So again, in a previous episode, we talked about this was going on in the shoe industry and right now, and with the reselling and taxes and so forth, it's having an effect all the way down across the board. And I feel like I got rid of a whole lot of stock for super cheap, and I'm glad I was there for it.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you're a little better than me because I can't admit I'm not that fully mature to I still buy stuff when it's cheap. But here's the deal. That's in store. All right. So I separate some of my impulse buying rules for impulse buying physically in the store versus impulse buying online, because online can get you crazy with all these flash sales and then kickers where if you're not patient enough, the same retailer within 7 to 10 business days has like 3 different promotions, and then it's just like it might escalate up, sometimes it might escalate down. So you're just like, and then the the cumulative one, but spend $100, get whatever, So like you're sitting there trying to and this is actually a tip. We told you this is an order acquisition tip. Cart stuff. Cart stuff and then add discount codes, see what's eligible, see what's not eligible, get that combination, because something that the OG just told you about, the right time to strike. Well, it's different for every individual, all right? Because again, this is about what you want when you want it. You know what I mean? So if that deal feels right for you at that time, me, I wear a size 12, so it's the quantities aren't always available. So like if I'm in store, I gotta go buy that thing. But like online, I'll be like, man, all right, I'll look at different, I have a stash of different boutiques and this, that, and the third. So like I'll look around to see what the availability of my size is, even if they're not all the same price, and then I can calculate the likelihood of someone else marking down, and then I'll see where the discipline comes in, and then I just get giddy when it's just like, ooh, a $200 shoe that I only paid $75 for, ha, ha, ha. And then sometimes I was like, I still paid too much, and then, but again, just getting those sizes, and that don't mean that I'm gonna wear everything. Sometimes, you might change your mind, or it's just it feels so good at the deal, you have an impression that I'm gonna rock these when I do this, and then like that never happens, and then 4 or 5 months later, you're looking at it like, I don't think I'm very attached to these. I'll probably sell them. So it's still a win-win situation. Some of the stuff I was stockpiling because I had got rid of so much stuff during the first year of the pandemic, that I want to replenish my stock, meaning I purposely bought stuff knowing that I was going to keep it for 2 years or more, or more, because I see part of that cycle of some of the stuff that I got. People are paying ridiculous prices for stuff that was just sitting and went on sale, but just because it's flushed out and not around or whatever, now you're paying like 300%.
If you have the ear, people, that's a shark tip. He keeps giving them to you. I heard that shark tip.
Dropping jewels. So you got to do that. So you got to have the discipline. So sometimes, so I'm just on this wave. I'm on the acquisition wave right now. So that's why I don't mind all the other auxiliary, Marshalls, Rosses, and everything like that, where their stuff is coming back, and a signature shoe for $50. But then it's like $59.99 for a Kyrie. Let me wait for another red tag or something like that. But then some of those Greek freaks that you're talking about, those are in Burlington for $50, and it's like not even some of the Team Bank colorways and some of the the first more blander colors or whatever before it got into the special edition. So those things are popping up. I've gotten some Westbrooks, the Jordan Westbrooks, but it was like the one take, which is the other version. I just got those just to hoop around and work out and stuff like that. But that's a $40 shoe at $39.99 at Burlington. I did get some Kyries. I think I put that on our Instagram page with would you cop? I did cop only because I just cop because of that maybe future value, or if I bought them, they're actually comfortable. Because the Kyries were just super cheap everywhere. But just keep in mind that's the last Kyrie. Word on the street he might be going to Anta, but just putting that on wax. But we ain't getting no more Nike Kyries, and we know it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm holding on to that, and then see what y'all think about it in 2 or 3 years. If you want them Kyries again, when it becomes a thing, that you want those shoes, because that didn't stop players from balling in them. That was a top 5 shoe to ball in, especially the low top Kyrie. So I got those. Nike factory outlet, and we briefly touched on that in a couple other episodes recently of just talking about more signature shoes, more ACGs, just more non-bland generic models are showing up in the outlets and the factory outlets. Some of the outlets have like regular stuff that was on release date on the wall now. You know what I mean? Like within the second week, like it's a regular store for that week. You know what I mean? Where you're putting them out on the shelves. So those, so I've been, looking there, getting a couple deals, Terry Humera here, and then I actually bought the Elena Deladon shoe because they, I went through the hash wall where we could get all the way to the men's sizes, and it was real cheap or whatever, and then it was like $50 and then extra percentage off. Again, I love my home team, anything. So, DC sports all the way. And if you don't know now, they are not making a Elena Deladon 2. This is the second season. She debuted last season. They're already playing this season, this summer, and she's wearing it again. And she already said that there's no second model. So that's actually why I said what I said in another episode about Ja Morant a little bit more too, because she ain't do nothing wrong, and they just didn't sell like that. You know what I mean? But did you push it? Either or. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, egg, which one? I don't know which one. But when it comes to, I was happy to see it. They had multiple colors, but I got it's the colorway where it's like that blue tealish, retro Wizards colorway,
Wizards color.
with the black and the red accent, because it's really a homage of her journey of Mystics, Delaware, and Chicago sky mixed into one. So I always love getting the first signature shoe for athletes. I got plenty, especially basketball players. I don't care if they're men or women or not. You know what I mean? I love sneakers. I love basketball. Elena Deladon, I got them. You know what I mean? And knowing that there ain't gonna be a second shoe, that's she was inspired by Cheryl Swoops. I used to love the Cheryl Swoops
my
basketball
gosh.
shoes. I just
We just
couldn't
got
get
finished
them in
talking
my
about
size.
those, man.
Yeah.
The East Bay episode, that's the first thing I remember. That's the first female shoe. I was like, if I got to get those, I don't care if they're a girl shoe with the Cheryl Swoops. I'm sorry, definitely.
Yeah. So the fact that, that's one of my connections also to Elena Deladon, just because, and she went to a college that was in the same conference as my college too. So I really knew her. I was really following her from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because we wanted her in DC in the draft, but we didn't get her. But we got her later. And she brought us a championship. So really supporting that, and we'll see what our Mystics do this season. But yeah, had to show love to Elena Deladon and add her to the collection. It was on the hash wall. Couldn't do it. It was calling my name. And aside from sneakers, good looks on some apparel. You know what I mean? So definitely getting some steals at the outlets. Like, I had to go back multiple times just to catch the different ways, because they keep changing the racks. They're doing the stuff a little faster. Like, you could go on a Monday, and by Friday the layout's different, and there's new stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't always happen that quick. You know what I mean? So I noticed that stuff was changing between a couple stores, and two in particular in the DMV area, and I was just like, yeah, now I gotta go check on y'all. You know what I mean? Or find a way to stop by. And in the East Time, I got like one or two things here or there, but it's cool. Just I bought a Nike, like a cardigan that was like $150, and that thing was $19.99. You know what I mean? But guess what? When I went like earlier in that week, it was $49.99. And then I saw a different color for $19.99. I walked up to the register with the other color, and I was just like, this is the same model, this different color. You look at the style number, it's the same except the color code. It's just different. So, like, can you give me this for that price? And it was just like, nah, I wanted the green one. And it was like, nah, whatever. And I was like, so you don't want it, sir? And I was like, nah. Yeah, I'll wait. I came back the next week, and the price was marked down to that, and I was like, boom, I got it. It was the only one in there too. A couple other some of the new, like, Naomi Osaka apparel collection. I actually bought like one of the sweatshirts or whatever. It was really comfortable. But like the whole new collection that just popped up, like, that's all at the outlet. You know what I mean? So I actually found one of the shirts or whatever. I was like, oh, this looks like a nice, with the dry fit material. I was like, oh, I can wear this on vacation or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's a little floral, but it's unisex or whatever. But I was just like, shoot, I can wear this on the next vacation or something like that. And that was another $20 thing that was damn near $100 shirt, or $85 or whatever the retail price was. So good deals. Check out your Rosses as well.
Coming back.
Especially if you have like an energy, I guess we call it an energy account back in the day, but like where you have the hub where out of the 3 Rosses in this area, like one of them is gonna get more stuff than the other one. Like, go find that store and hawk it, because this is the time. So aside from those signature shoes popping up, you're gonna see some nicer apparel and T-shirts coming in from different brands, and more Pumas, more the fact that Mitchell and Ness is popping up at these stores as well. I bought a pair of Georgetown Hoya Mitchell and Ness shorts for $12.99. Like,
legitimate.
Like that was like I have to buy it. I don't even need these. I already got like 4 other colors or whatever. I don't need the one that say Hoyas across the front or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it was $12.99. And then they had the Mitchell and Ness Georgetown like shirts with the big G on them sitting right there for $9.99. I was like, you mean I get the fit for under $20?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Sounds like the art of acquisition in full effect. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just gave you a couple tips in between with some apparel and some footwear tops from the Shark. But yeah, we just love keeping these episodes short and sweet to because you got to do the work. We're just giving you the tips and telling you the stories of how we're practicing our art, but it's for you to find your niche, find your stores, and then this summertime, hawk them out. Tell you right now, if you don't know, now you know. I've repeated it in multiple episodes. You got another month. You got about 1 more month. You might catch some jackets here and there.
Off season.
Off season. Okay. So right before all the back to school stuff pops up at the end of July going into August, you got 1 more window to catch you some long sleeves and some jackets popping up. So Burlington, Polo, Ralph Lauren, check them out. All right. They're popping up, and then a couple other bigger jackets from like Nikes and in between there. So yeah, there you go. Tips for the road.
Understood.
So, parting thoughts for auto acquisition from the OG.
I'm looking forward to our next episode because I'm hoping with now we're in this post-pandemic era and getting back to where we were before the pandemic started. Looking forward to sharing some Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx, just steals. And I'm starting to see some deals, but I'm starting to see, it's starting to come up a little bit, but I'm waiting to be able to share. I'm like, oh, there it is. And look at the price. I was like, oh, got them. I haven't had that moment post-pandemic yet, but I know it's coming because I'm connected to the Shark, so I know my time is coming. So I'm just waiting. So I'm hoping next time around when we have an episode like this, I'll be able to share either apparel or shoe acquisitions from a Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, Marshalls, etc. Because they're coming back, and I'm looking forward to that time where you could walk in and you already have that feeling and anticipation of grabbing something. You're just like, do I really want it or not? And I miss those days to where it was just that plentiful. And we're getting back to those times. Looking forward to sharing it next time. But I have not hit yet, but I'm looking forward to hitting in the future.
Cool. Oh, well, let me squeeze in one more before
Please.
Well, where we go. So I almost forgot because we love some of the people that love us. And shout out to Curry brand because if you're a Bigfooter, Curry Flotro Fords popping up in a lot of places. All right, so you get that nice, good suede upper, on and off the court. I think it's like 2 different colors, like the pink one, and then it's like the Eat, Learn, Play, the white ones. They're popping up at handful of Ross's in particular. So even if it's not for you, might be a little quick flip because they're like $50 and they're definitely selling for more than $50 even in the big 15, 16, 17 sizes or whatever. So yeah, just wanted to end on a make with some Curry brand Flotros that are available at Ross now. So
yes, sir.
So if those are at Ross, I actually seen the Curry brand running shoe in large size as well. That y'all don't even see those in the stores. You know what I mean? But only large sizes for now. So check out those hot spots. And check us out on our social media and YouTube page. Drop us a line. Come back to this episode and then drop us a comment. Let us know how you've been practicing your art. And then we'll keep in touch with the podcast you cheer for, Soul Material. So another episode, Sneaker Business Talk, our staple episode, Art of Acquisition.
Indeed.
So that's the final one for season 3. So we definitely wanted to book in that. So signing off is T Mark the Street Shark.
And OGEO. Peace to you.
Peace.